2-hour sandwich between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run, and right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Running off tackle with Elliott. Runs over. Oh, a second dosage. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Hey, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First and 10, Willis. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Throwing again on second down. Willis. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Third down, it's Willis. And this is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Not good at all. Punt him just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A handoff left, Elliott. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his man. It's Fehoko. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Prescott on 4th down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Willis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on her. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First and 10, it's Willis.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Willis, 4th down here.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. They start on the ground with Elliott.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 38, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
That's complete. Mike Strong with it. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And some room to maneuver. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40.
Isaiah Rodgers.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Willis's throw complete there to Beckham. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To the air on 1st down, here's Willis. And that'll be taken in by Strong. And he's going to have the 1st down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late.
Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll be out right at the 35.
It's a gain of 20. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott to throw it. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Throwing. Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
42 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back now in Arlington. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Cowboy 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Willis. And he's got Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
On third down, here's Taylor.
Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Willis, gotta have this one.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. Touchdown Colts. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Fehoko.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and long for Prescott. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked up by Tariq Carpenter.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott now. And this one complete. It's Fehoko. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
This is Lamb on the end around.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Cowboys get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Willis.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Now Willis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Throwing, Willis.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Cowboys, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.